Now, let's see if this works. All right. Testing 1, 2. We're live again for the third time or fourth time. I'm back. BucosLocker. Right back at it. Hey, baby. How you doing? I see you. Daddy see you. You cute pie. BucosLocker. Right back at you. Subscribe, like, and share all the videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon. You know what? Nah. Don't scratch all that. Anyway, that was a horrible showing. Let's get down to it, man. For the fourth time, man. For the fourth time. I was at the game and I was like, what the WTF is this? I couldn't believe it. When you want to talk about regression, regress? Oh, none of it was good from top to bottom, from coaching to play calling, defense, offense, O-line, running game, passing game, secondary, which was the worst out of all the units. Matt Gay and Chris Godwin are the only ones that's worth mentioning that they did something good. Matt Gay made all his kicks. Matt Gay made all his kicks, and Chris Godwin had over 100 yards again. And he solidified his spot as the number one receiver. Mike Evans is a number 2. It's official. Bruce Arians, what was that? Like, what was that? I mean, for real. What was that? That was horrible. That was embarrassing. Offense had no rhythm. Byron Leftwich basically got manhandled by Dennis Allen. The Saints corners and safeties said, you know what? We're going to play man-to-man, and we're going to beat the Bucs offensive lineup, and that's exactly what they did. Byron Leftwich was lost. Yeah, we put up 24 points, but we didn't even have 300 yards total offense. After putting up all those yards and points against the Rams, we play the Saints, and we do basically nothing. Let's talk about the offense. What are you doing? Go back and play. Let's talk about the offense. Who is the number one running back? We gotta pick one and stick with one. All this switching out with Rojo and Peyton Barber. This running back by committee, no, we need a lead back that's going to take the mantle and run the ball. I'm just saying, like, no offense to Peyton Barber, but come on, man. Let's cut the crap. Put Ronald Jones in. Let him get all the touches. And Peyton Barber can spell Ronald Jones. He can. But golly, man, I don't like this running back by committee mess, man. Just pick the running back that's the best one and go with it. All this hot hand and, oh, we're going to roll with the hot hand. No, Rojo is the dude. Enough of this Peyton Barber crap. Anyway, I just want to talk about some things before I dive into the game. And what are we doing with O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate? All this, O.J. Howard is really good, and O.J. Howard and this, and O.J. Howard and that. Bruce Arians talking all this and that about O.J. Howard. He'll get his targets. Did O.J. Howard even get a target? I'm just saying. What are we doing with these tight ends? We got 2 good tight ends and we're not using them. Why? Take some of the pressure off of Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. I'm sick and tired of the tight ends getting 1 or 2 catches or no catches. If we're not gonna use the tight ends, trade them, get some picks, get some players. I'm sure we can get some players for them, both of them tight ends. I mean, God, Lee. How much is enough is enough? First round tight end and not being utilized. You know how many teams would love to have OJ Howard or Cameron Brate? This is very frustrating. Very. If we're not going to use them, trade them. Trade for O-lineman, which is my next topic. Donovan Smith and DeMar Dotson. DeMar. It's over. It's over for Dotson. They didn't move on for him. He got manhandled. It's a young man's game. He's a 34-year-old right tackle that can't compete with the young guys. He's going to get beat pretty much most of the season. And what's so crazy, he's graded higher than Donovan Smith. Now let that sink in for a second. Now I know a lot of y'all not a big fan of Pro Football Focus, but Pro Football Focus has DeMar Dotson rated higher than Donovan Smith. Let that sink in for a second. Donovan Smith is still not a good left tackle, and we gave him $44 million. We could have traded for Larry Tunsil. Jason Peters. I'm not Jason Peters. Trent Williams. Come on, Bruce. Jason, the deficiencies is at the tackle position. The interior is fine. I can deal with the interior. They're young. But those tackles are going to get Jameis Winston killed. You can't even blame this game on Jameis. It was horrible. Oh. I'm not even going to talk about that at this moment. I want to talk about the O-line. We have a serious problem on the tackle position, and we need to be addressed that for real, bruh. But the little Malia, but I watched them tackles get beat the whole game. Cameron Jordan, Marcus Davenport, Malia. No, go back over there. Daddy's working. Kids, you gotta love them. They so active. They in the way. But Jameis Winston got sacked 6 times. He had no time to throw the ball. And then when he did have time, I am disappointed in the receiving core, which goes back to the route running, the route combination, the route tree that was designed to run against man coverage. Because the Saints ran man coverage for most of the game. Marshawn Lattimore followed Mike Evans the whole game. So before anybody tried to blame Jameis, watch the game. That man had nobody did anything besides Chris Godwin. Ronald Jones had a couple good runs, but it was horrible. And like the video, I see a lot of people coming in the chat room and not liking the videos. What's up? Anyway, Jameis Winston had no turnovers, but he could have had 2 or 3 picks. Eli Apple had one, but it was a penalty. And then Demario Davis dropped one, and another one kind of like sailed over the Saints. Like they could have had about 3 or 4 picks, but they didn't take advantage of that. So Jameis Winston, you had no turnovers, but you got lucky on a few throws. And you could tell Jameis Winston got frustrated. He was forcing the ball. He was inaccurate because he was not comfortable in the pocket. This is what happened when you don't have consistency on the O-line. I guarantee you, it's going to be weeks that the O-line play really good. And it's going to be weeks against the better upper-level teams. We're going to get manhandled. So We're 2-3. That's exactly what we are. We should be 3-2, but we're 2-3. The receivers, so disappointed, except for Chris Godwin. He finds a way to get open. They designed the passing game around Chris Godwin. They like the way he runs his routes. He's physical, he's big, he's fast. Mike Evans, I'm sorry, bruh. But for real, bruh, you're number 2, bruh. You're not number 1. You're number 2 now. Take the back seat. It is what it is. You don't run better routes than Chris Godwin. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. He's official. And Mike Evans, I seen it on the field. He is so frustrated, not only with Jameis, but with Byron. He is very frustrated. 3 targets, no catch. No catches. 3 targets, no catches. He is pissed. Mm-hmm. I watched him. He was mad. Oh, he was mad. Jameis was looking at him, but Mike, you wasn't getting open, bruh. But for real, bruh, you wasn't getting open. Marshawn had them APB. Can we find where's Mike Evans? Where's Mike Evans? Where's Mike Evans? Amber alert. Marshawn had you on lock, bruh. So you can get mad all you want to, but you weren't getting no separation. Chris Godwin runs better routes than you. I watched you, Mike Evans. Chris Godwin got open, but you couldn't. If they would have put Marshawn Lattimore on Chris Godwin, we probably would have had 24 points. I'm gonna be real with y'all, for real. I was there. He locked you up, Mike Evans. You got a chance for redemption in Tampa, November 24th. You have a chance. I'm gonna give you a chance, bruh. But your position as number 1 receiver on the Bucs team, it is over. Your run is over. And don't be surprised they throw you on the trading block. I know OJ Howard, Cameron Braid, Mike Evans. Just saying, I'm just putting some stuff out there. I'm not trying to start some stuff, but Mike Evans, you did not look good, bro. Your head wasn't in the game. You got frustrated after the first quarter, and you just stopped running routes. Your body language showed it. I watched you. OJ Howard, Cameron Braid, they out there running routes, and sometimes they kind of be open, and Jameis don't even look at them. They have taught Jameis to look at Chris Godwin. And if Mike Evans open, throw it to him. If. It's a big if. That's right, baby. If. Say it. If. There you go. Mike Evans, bro. You're a possession receiver. You were a Vincent Jackson upgrade. And teams know in your intermediate game or your short game is not there. You don't have the quick twitch muscles. Stop. To do like those quick routes. Chris Godwin got the twitch muscles to do it. But your speed, Mike Evans, is showing. You're a long strider. Your routes have to be 10 plus yards. And with that O-line, it don't work. It don't work with that offensive scheme, with Mike Evans. He's a big, fast guy, but it takes him a while to get his speed. He's a deep threat. He didn't run a super fast 40 or super slow. It was a 4.53, so he's a strider. And the NFL is a 10 to 12 yard type scheme and downfield. And Mike Evans, you're not a get down the field right away. You're a big body receiver, which I'm kind of surprised they don't use him in the red zone enough, like with jump balls, back shoulders, like Alshon Jeffrey. I think he's better than Alshon Jeffrey, but they need to use him like that. So Mike Evans, I mean, you're still a Pro Bowl player. You can be an All Pro, but I think we got two Pro Bowl receivers. I'm not trying to knock Mike Evans, but I watched him this game. He get taken out the game emotionally real quick with Jameis. He was so mad at Jameis, and Jameis was trying to talk to him. He was like, all right, forget you then, you know. It is what it is, man. Against the better corners, you're gonna struggle sometimes, Mike Evans. It's gonna be okay. But for some strange reason, Marshawn seems to do the best job on you. Now, last year you got him a couple times, but man, Marshawn is getting better and better and better, and to the point where he's gonna guard you for the next 3-4 years. You got to figure it out, Mike Evans. You're a Pro Bowler. You should know. All right, Jameis Winston, erratic, inaccurate, under pressure, duress, the whole game. He never looked comfortable. Now, yes, there was a lot of external factors that made him uncomfortable. Wait a minute. We almost got 100 people in the chat room, and the likes and the people in the chat room don't add up. Now, you know what? I'm going to give y'all a chance. You better like this live stream that I'm giving y'all. This post-game Bucks versus Saints live stream. All these people in the chat room and not liking the live stream. That's what we're doing. That's how y'all do BucosLocker. That's how y'all do me. My man. I'm almost at 1,000 subs. It's only been a month since this new channel dropped. Can we reach 1,000 subs? Everybody in the chat room that's not subscribe to the channel. We're going to get to 1,000 subs less than a month. Well, we over a little over a month now. So that's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, I do, Zach. I do. I almost had 3,000 subs on my old channel. I'm trying to get it back. Anyway, yeah, so it's kind of hard to assess Jameis Winston. Yeah, he had some bad throws. But man, the adjustments wasn't made to the Saints D-line and pressure. Those routes should have been cut to about, instead of 15, it should have been like 8 to 12. Because the Saints really hurt us in the intermediate range with Michael Thomas, and I'll get to him in a second about the defensive secondary. Jesus Christ. Woo! Anyway, a lot of the routes that we were running were so deep, man. I was like, does every route got to be deep? Jesus. I know there's no risk and no biscuit, but you got to have some about 10 to 20 plays where the routes can be cut short based on the coverage. My gosh. A lot of those routes could have been 8-yard hitches, slants, curls. Where is those routes at, man? Like every now and then they'll do it, but not consistent. Byron Leftwich is a very inconsistent play caller. Last week he was calling some plays aggressive. This week he got really conservative. And then when he got aggressive at the wrong time. We could have killed the Saints with quick routes because they were so amped up on pressure. We could have used that against them. Screen passes, bubble screens, like all that. But we don't have a third receiver to do that. So we basically, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans or bust. And I remember they asked Bruce Arians, do we need a third receiver? He said no. Now that's something like that goes in the lines of sacks overrated. Remember that? Remember when Mike Smith said sacks overrated? They asked Bruce, do you think we need a third receiver? Bruce said no. I was like, what? We don't need a third receiver. Have you been watching the NFL, Bruce? Every team got a third receiver that can make some catches on third down. We was trotting out Brashad Perriman. And then we had Scotty Miller out there today, and Jameis Winston and Scotty Miller don't have no connection. Them balls was over his head. Now, if it was a taller receiver, it was the catch. But Scotty just was, it's the reason why they got tall receivers for Jameis. Scotty just short. He's just very short. And deep outs should not be his routes. It should be in the middle of the field. Because Jameis missed him like two or three times on routes that were open, but there was just a bad ball thrown, or Scotty was just too short. He's just too short. He's too short to run those type of routes on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Stick with the Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, Adam Humphrey, Sterling Shepard type routes. You know, the option routes in the middle of the field, but not the deep outs. Not a deep outs. Not deep outs. That's not Adam. That's not Adam. Scotty Miller thing. Scotty Miller was too short for that. He missed them pretty bad. And I mean, when I say pretty bad, it was like if Scotty Miller was 6'2", that's a catch. So nah, I think that's not his type of routes he should be running. He's not a outside receiver because his target is small. Jameis Winston needs a big target, you know, and Scotty Miller is not going to cut it on the outside. I talked about the running backs, the O-line, receivers, tight ends. Oh, jeez. I feel bad for OJ Howard. OJ Howard is talented, but they're going to have to trade him. They're going to have to trade him, man. I mean, I like OJ Howard. Oh, man, the Green Bay Packers are murdering the Cowboys. 24-0, by the way. All this and Dak that. Well, when Dak steps up to a better competition, he's not a quarterback. It's plain to see that. $40 million man, nah. Nope. Anyway, I feel bad for OJ Howard. He's better than that, and they're not utilizing him. And I know it's going to be some rumblings. Why did we get OJ Howard instead of Dalvin Cook? It's going to be really frustrating if OJ Howard gets traded for second round, third round pick, because we put a first round pick on OJ Howard and he's not being utilized as a first round tight end. And he's a good receiver. He's a good tight end. And I have a feeling we're going to trade him. It's been 5 games, folks. They're not going to use him. And then makes matters worse, he started out in the doghouse from the first game of the season. So he's been in an uphill battle all 5 games. And be careful. I got a feeling we're going to trade him. I got a feeling we're going to trade OJ Howard or Cameron Brate. 1 catch for 10 yards. OJ Howard had 1 catch for 10 yards. Yikes. First round tight end. 10 catches for 31 yards in 5 games. What's the point? Trade him to New England. Somebody will take him. Give us a second or third, or second and a fourth. 10 catches for 131 yards. It's not good. What makes matters worse, a higher paid tight end, Cameron Brate, 9 catches for 61 yards and 1 touchdown for the season. And we gave him quite a bit of money. Another blunder by Jason Light. And you know what? They're going to try to stick with both of them to justify Jason Light re-signing Cameron Brate and picking OJ Howard in the first round, knowing that Dalvin Cook was sitting there and some other guys. But I digress. I'm not going to get into that, but y'all get where I'm going with this. We got 2 tight ends on the team that's taking up a lot of space, and we can use somebody in the secondary, pass rush, or O-line to help us out. We can take both of those guys and turn them into some picks or some players, or pick and players. Leah, I'm going to need you to stop. Thank you. But it's pretty bad, man. And what makes matters worse, when I see Josh Allen and Brian Burns getting sacks and pressures and quarterback hits. And I'm going to segue over to the defense. Oh, man. When you shut down Shaq Barrett, there's nothing. We don't have, outside of Shaq Barrett, we don't have the elite pass rushers or blitz scheme. I watched the Bucks blitz over and over and over again today with no pressure. I'm like, wait a minute, what kind of blitz scheme is this? Are, are we the Greg Schiano Bucks? Can stop the run, but can't stop the pass. Go back and look at that scheme. A little similar, but it was a 4-3 scheme with Schiano. It's a 3-4 scheme with us. We can stop the run, but who cares? Start the ball. And we're the second worst team in the NFL giving up passing yards. We're on our way to giving up 5,000 yards again, or 4,900, if I'm not mistaken. We're on our way to giving up at least 4,800 to 5,000 yards passing in our secondary. I don't even know if Todd Bowles can fix this without trading for an elite corner. I believe we're an elite corner and in a pretty good slot guy away from being a playoff team. Even with the bad O-line play. I mean, we still put up 24 points, but can we imagine if we had a secondary, a halfway decent secondary? We just don't have that. Our secondary is probably the worst in the NFL. That's worse than the Cardinals and what's another bad team? The Falcons. They suck. Falcons is horrible. They're gonna probably fire Dan Quinn midway through the season. Who else got a bad secondary? The Chiefs secondary not that good. The Raiders secondary not that good, but we need to get some cover corners, man. They have no confidence. I'm telling y'all, I was there. They have no confidence back there. Todd Bowles' scheme is too aggressive, and they're not buying in. They're not buying in. And it's time to put guys in there that's going to buy in. Like Murphy Bunton had an okay game. I mean, he took his lumps. He missed a tackle on a touchdown, but he had an interception. MJ Stewart didn't see the field that much. I noticed that. He's one of the worst slot guys in the NFL. Mike Edwards is a work in progress. Sometimes he good, sometimes he bad. Jordan Whitehead is our best secondary player. That dude, that little guy be flying around like a missile. He missed the INT. He missed the INT. That was a game changer right there. 23-17 or 24-17, something like that. Or 23-17 or something like that. Teddy Bridgewater dropped back, throws the ball to Josh Hill. It was poorly thrown, and Jordan Whitehead dove, and he drops the INT. Literally. Game-changing INT. Think about it. If you'd have got that pick, would have been in the red zone or close to it. And we had momentum. He dropped the INT. Jordan Whitehead. And that's the same drive. Teddy Bridgewater goes down and scores a touchdown. But let me get out the secondary for a second. Let's talk about this front seven. Outside of Shaq Barrett, what do we have? Carl Nassib is a poor version of Joey and Nick Bosa. It's not good, folks. I was watching Carl Nassib too. And we don't have that D tackle that can get up the middle and get some sacks. Sue is washed. He's a good run stuffer. Vita is a powerful guy, 4-3-4. But that's what he is. He's not going to get you any sacks. So when you don't have pressure up the middle and no pressure from the outside or one half of the side, you will see the results as you've seen today. Now, granted, the Saints do have a good left tackle and a good right tackle. Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk. Oh my gosh. Shaq Barrett was switching on both sides. He had no chance to get past both of those tackles. He went to the right side. Ramczyk stuffed him. Nope. Counter. Nope. He tried to counter, swim. Nope. Ryan Ramczyk wasn't having it. Wisconsin lineman. Maybe we need to draft somebody from Wisconsin on the O-line. I don't know. They put out some good O-linemen. So Shaq Barrett went to the left side against Armstead, a top 5, top 7 left tackle. Nope. Stifled every time. So with him being shut out, poor Cotton ass, he had no chance against Ryan Ramczyk. I can see why he got cut. Nassib is not good against upper tier, mid tier tackles. He's not good. He's a hustle guy. He's an effort guy, but he's not a starter. See, I'm seeing how this team fits the scheme, and I can identify players that are not starters for this scheme. And there's plenty of them on defense. We play defense by committee, but after the Giants game, or since the Giants game up until this game, nah, we don't have the pass rushers either. Besides Shaq Barrett, I mean, hopefully when JPP gets back, he'll take Nassib's spot. That's right. That's right. Hopefully he takes Nassib's spot, but Nassib is not. Nah, he's not gonna cut it. Nah, I'm good. I've seen enough of him in his scheme. It took me 5 games to realize Carl Nassib is not going to cut it as a outside 3-4 linebacker. He don't have quick twitchy muscles to rush the quarterback. He's a one move guy, and that's it. At least Shaq Barrett got some pressure. Carl Nassib is almost got to the quarterback guy, and we don't need that. Dominican Sue is a run stuffer. He don't have the energy, the quickness, the relentless power that he had in his mid-20s, late 20s. He's a 31-year-old D tackle that's stout against the run. And in this league, in this passing league, it's not going to cut it. So we got some guys that we've kept on the team a little bit too long, especially with this scheme. Another guy, William Ghost. Another guy, big guy. Not enough. Just not enough pass rush from him. He's a almost times 2 get there guy. He has some pressure today, but he's just not quick enough up the middle. He's just a big burly guy. So we got Carl Nassib, William Ghost in a 3-4 scheme that don't have no pass rushing skills. That's not good for a 3-4. Shaq Barrett is our only hope. He has 9 of our 11 sacks or 12 sacks. That should tell you. Outside of Shaq Barrett, we got a blitz. And even when we blitz, we still ain't getting there. I did notice we don't stunt much. We don't stunt much when we blitz. No exotic designs from blitzes. We blitz. Not fast enough. Not fast enough. Kevin Minter, not fast enough for a 3-4 linebacker. Levante trying, but he's trying to cover too much ground. So, like I told you, as this season goes, I'm starting to see how we fit 3-4. We need some more pieces. And this leads me to the worst unit on the team, the secondary. We have the worst secondary in the NFL. I can't think of a secondary that's worse than ours. Does anybody have any clue? Is there any other secondary that's bad as ours? Can anybody name that in the comment section? We got almost 100 people in the comment section, and the likes is like 45. Come on, folks. Don't do me like that. Oh, no, the Dolphins got Xavier Howard. They got a shut down guy. I mean, come on now. We don't. That's the problem. You can go down every team. At least every team has some good guys. What guys in our secondary can start on any other team? Do we have guys in our secondary that can start on, pick it up, all of it, that can start on any other team? Carlton Davis, he's not good. He got ejected today. That should tell you everything you know about Carlton Davis. You lower your head and try to take a man's head off. You know better than that. And then he was laughing. Really, Carlton Davis? Mike Edwards, rookie. He's going through his lumps. Justin Evans, hurt. He's probably done for good. Jordan Whitehead, the little engine that I could, but he's okay. Is he a starter? No. But he's good enough to get reps. You get what I'm saying? He's a good backup, but he's starting. He can get you some games. He's a very good special teamer, but he's not upper echelon or mid-tier safety. And when you have a safety at the bottom tier, he's a special team player. That's what Jordan Whitehead is. I like him. Little engine I could, but he's our best guy, unfortunately. And when you have a 5'10" safety, that's your best secondary player, that's not good. And my MJ Stewart shouldn't even be in the league. So let's recap. And I know what y'all about to say. Yes, I'm missing one guy, but I'll get to him. I saved a special segment for him. So we got Carlton Davis, Justin Evans, Mike Edwards, Jordan Whitehead, MJ Stewart. Oh yeah, Ryan Smith came back today. He didn't make a difference. He is who he is. He's a special team. He's a special teams guy. He's not a cornerback. He's not good. Darian Stewart, no, he's not going to cut it back there. He's too old, too slow. Doesn't react quick enough. But last but not least, my fellow Gator, and I like him, at Florida. And y'all know who I'm about to talk about. I gave him a special segment just for you. And y'all know, oh yeah, Sean Murphy Bunton. He'll be okay. We got to see more tape on him. I need to see him more. But let's talk about the former Florida Gator cornerback, first round pick in 2014, or was it 16? No, I think it was 14. Vernon Hargreaves. Oh my Jesus. Sugar honey iced tea. I had enough of you. Yeah, 2016, first round pick. And there was other guys on the board, but that we could have got. Jason Light, once again, strikes again with a first round pick blunder. Yikes. He goes by the name of Vernon Hargreaves III. Folks, the Bucs need to cut him now and let Sean Murphy Bunton take his lumps. Vernon Hargreaves is no longer a starting cornerback. Maybe you can try him in the slot. I don't know. But he's not a cornerback on that outside. He's too little. He's like my size. He had no chance against Mike Thomas today. I'll get to the refs. They were trashed too. Vernon Hargreaves, dude, you got to move to the slot or you're done. He's not good, folks. Any receiver Vernon Hargreaves lines up against, toasted butter, grilled cheese with the butter on the toast. He's not whole wheat or multigrain bread. He is white bread. Not good for you. You know, white bread is not good for you. He's a white bread. He's not good for the secondary. He's a cancer. He's been on the team too long. Every time I turn around, he's running behind a receiver, complaining. Like today, he got ate up. He was complaining to the refs about Mike Thomas pushing me. He pushed me. Get physical. Oh, my bad. You're 5'11", 180 pounds with weak speed. Not fast enough, buddy. You have no confidence in your cover skills. Mike Smith strikes again. We thought he was gone. But Mike Smith has instilled a softness in Vernon Hargreaves that he will no longer get back. He's been in a soft scheme way too long, and he can't get it out of him. He won't play up, won't press. I'm watching Marshawn Lattimore, Eli Apple, PJ Williams play aggressive secondary. And the difference of the game, the major difference of the game, the Saints played aggressive in the secondary. We didn't. Guys were running wide open. You want to talk on Mike? Come on. Talk. Say something. Say. What did I say? I don't know. Say something. Say BucosLocker. BucosLocker. All right. Say hey. Hey. All right. It's my daughter. She wants to get on. Yeah. But anyway, see, she wants some TV time. Anyway, but yeah, Vernon Hargreaves, man. They see you. Yeah, Mike Smith, man. Your hair all messed up. She just be laying around too much. Anyway, Vernon Hargreaves is no longer a starting cornerback on the outside. Oh yeah, we was dressed like today. Come here. Well, we weren't dressed alike, but but we were pretty close. She had the J-Bo. I had the Mike Evans jersey. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, daddy and daughter, we don't play that game. We dress alike when we go to the game. Her mother is a Saints fan. Her mother is from Louisiana. So that was quite funny. There's no split jerseys in this family. Anyway, daddy taught her right. Ain't that right, baby? So yeah. 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 Say Bucks. Bucks win. There we go. Anyway, here. So, all right. So, he said signed into the 5-year deal. She could throw the ball, you know what I'm saying? She could throw the ball. But anyway, so I think she can cover better than Vernon Hargreaves. But yeah, Vernon Hargreaves, he needs to be cut ASAP. He's hurting the secondary. He's stopping the development of Jamel Dean and Sean Murphy-Bunting. It's the reason why they drafted Sean Murphy-Bunting, Jamel Dean, Mike Edwards, because they know we're not good in the secondary. We're not good. And I think this is not going to go on for too long. I got a feeling at some point in the season they're going to either bench Hargreaves or move him to the slot. That'll be a good pickup. Eric Berry, I wouldn't mind him. He's better than what we got now. But Eric Berry, Patrick Peterson, Jalen Ramsey, make the trade. Give up the picks, man. If you're trying to win now, according to Bruce Arians, it's not a rebuild. All right, we'll go get Patrick Peterson. Go get Jalen Ramsey and Eric Berry. If it's not a rebuild. I mean, let's be real. If it's not a rebuild, go get him. Who? Computer. But we gotta do something, man. Bruce Arians said it's not a rebuild. Well, go get the guys then. Go get the guys. If you feel like we're a playoff team, if you feel like we got a playoff offense, go get the guys. I just named 3 guys. Go get them. Because if you don't, we're gonna win about with this secondary. It don't matter how good the offense is. It don't matter how good Jameis Winston plays. No turnovers or not. We're not winning games with that secondary. We can barely win a shootout. We had to score 55 to beat the Rams. Jared Goff had 500 yards. We're the second worst secondary in the NFL. With that secondary, we'll be lucky to win 6 games or 7. Now, unless we have a Kansas City offense, which we don't, because we only got 2 guys that can really catch. Because see, Kansas City can get away with that. They can get away with a bad defense because their offense is so explosive. The problem is with our offense, it's not that explosive. It's explosive, but we don't have the speed demons that Kansas City has. See, that's the difference between Kansas City offense and the Bucs offense. There's similarities, but the difference of the offenses is play calling and speed. Both offenses are very aggressive. Chiefs offense and the Bucs offense, very aggressive. Mahomes is more mobile than Jameis Winston. Mahomes will tuck it and run it. Jameis Winston will want us to sit in the pocket, survey the field, and maybe run. Patrick Mahomes gets the ball down the field because he got speed. We don't have that. We got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate, Bobo Wilson. Scotty Miller is our fastest guy, and I think Bruce underestimated this roster. He thought he could make a couple changes here and there, and voila. No, it was a very bad roster from the jump. Since 2014, it was a very bad roster. And I don't think Bruce is fully I think he's going to realize it this season that we're just not good enough in key positions. The NFL is a passing league, and when you don't have 2 good guys in the secondary or outside and slot, you're going to lose a lot of games. You might win a couple shootouts, but you're going to lose a lot of games. And Bruce felt that, oh man, I could just come in and make a couple changes and draft a couple guys and we'll be all good. No. Yes, coaching was a problem, but the players were also a problem too. Yes, Dort Cutter was a problem. Mike Smith was a problem. Mark Duffner was a problem. Brenson Buckner was a problem. Ty Munkin. Okay, wait. Plug it up. Ty Munkin was a problem. Oh, Matt Ryan threw some more interceptions. Oh, anyway. Okay, put it right there. I'll hook it up. But he underestimated the roster. He didn't realize how bad this roster was. And it was pretty bad. One of the worst rosters in NFL as far as draft picks. We missed on so many guys we should have had, but we didn't take them. We taken defensive tackles, nose tackles, tight ends, short corners. What? What are we doing? Kickers in the second round. Guys running 4, 5, 6 in the second round. MJ Stewart. Carlton Davis, 4, 5, 4 in the second round. No. I'm just saying, folks. This is a passing league. When you weaken the secondary, good luck with that. We have one of the worst GMs in the NFL. We do. And I know a lot of y'all were like, whatever. I'm segueing over to the front office, the coaching, as you didn't notice about coming off the secondary issues. There's nothing we can do right now about it. I hope the media, I hope the Tampa Bay media grills Carlton Davis and Todd Bowles and Bruce Arians about the play in the secondary. I hope they grill them. I hope they grill them. I hope they grill Bruce Arians, Todd Bowles, and Carlton Davis. Grill them because they need to be put on the spotlight. It was poor. This is 3 weeks in a row. Daniel Jones. Oh, by the way, played Minnesota today, and Daniel Jones did not look good. I wonder why. Xavier Rhodes, Mike Hughes, Harrison Smith, guys in the secondary. Shut all that down. 18 for 31, 213 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Didn't look good. But Dan Jones looked good against us. Teddy Bridgewater had a career day in touchdowns. He tied a career high in touchdowns with 4. He had 300 yards. Have y'all watched Teddy Bridgewater the last couple weeks outside of our game? Pick that up. Outside of our game, Teddy Bridgewater ain't done nothing. So I guess when you want to get right, play the Bucs. Bring me that water. When you want to get right, throw against the Bucs secondary. Daniel Jones did not look good today. Thank you. You're welcome. Teddy Bridgewater, prior to playing the Bucs, didn't look good. But he has 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. Really? Our secondary looks like Mike Smith never left. Our pass rush looks like Mike Smith never left. Remember, they're trying to take doo-doo and turn it into... Oh, I'm sorry. They're trying to take Elephant Dookie and turn it into Dog Dookie. Think about it. Trying to take Dookie and turn it into better smelling Dookie. Don't work. Dookie is Dookie. It smells bad. And that's like a secondary. You taking a horrible secondary that was horrible for the last 3 or 4 years, one of the worst in NFL history, and you insert Todd Bowles, and it's like, oh, we're gonna make a difference. For 3 weeks in a row, the secondary has been the worst. And this sounds familiar, folks. How many games we had like this last year and the year before? We scored 20 plus points and we still lose. Remember when they said if the Bucs had a average defense, we'll win like 10 games? I just don't see it, man. I said 10, 11 wins, and we already had 3 losses. So that means we got, 5 games? So we got 11 games left. Oh, man. We got to go 9-2 or 8-3. With that secondary. We got to win 8 or 9 games out of the last 11 for my prediction to come true. They say you can't turn up into a housewife, right? You can't turn a bad secondary into a really good secondary. They're just bad. My heart says 10, 11 wins, and I'm gonna stick to it because I'm a diehard. But I don't think we're gonna win more than 6, 7 wins. Now, I want to talk about the refs because I've seen a couple people bring it up. The refs was awful. There was a fumble that was like we didn't have any conclude. There was the evidence was inconclusive. So the Saints kept the ball. That was a fumble, and they couldn't figure out who recovered the ball. The Bucs did. Now there was a pass interference by Mike Thomas. It was a ticky tack one, and the refs missed some calls. They were pretty bad too. But the same energy they showed MJ Stewart, it's the same energy they need to show Vernon Hargreaves. It's enough. It's enough, man. It's enough. It's like nothing's working with Vernon Hargreaves. It's been in the league 5 years now. It's nothing's 4 years now. It's nothing's working. He's done. He's done as a starting quarterback on the outside. He's not strong enough. He plays with no confidence week in and week out. He has gotten worse every game since the 49ers game. It's gotten worse. He's officially, that's right, Jason. He's a bust. Can we finally admit that another one of Jason Lice's pick is a bust? Noah Spence, Roberto Aguayo, Vernon Hargreaves. The jury's still out on Jameis Winston. If he can keep playing good, Mike Evans is good. Chris Godwin's good. OJ Howard is not a bust, but man, he might get traded. Cameron Brate is not a bust, but he might get traded. Donovan Smith, Ali Marpet, you don't him. Alex Kappa still learning. MJ Stewart was a bust. Justin Evans was like, oh man, we missed on so many guys. How does a GM go 19 for 50, 19 out of 19, 21, 29 wins, 54 losses as a GM, keep his job and get an extension? How? What GM do you know that can stay on the team that long and produce no playoff wins? And I know I seen a couple folks in the Facebook groups. I'm Jameis. No, man. Watch the game. That game was horrible in every aspect of the game. The only bright spot was Matt Gay and Chris Godwin. You know, folks will try to find a way to blame Jameis. Oh, Jameis was off. If he was on, we would have still lost the game. If it was a shootout, we would have lost the game. It didn't matter what Jameis did. We was losing that game. The secondary can't stop nobody. But remember, this is the same issues that we had for the last 4 years. Any quarterback on that team will have to overcome a weak secondary, lack of pass rush, and a bad O-line. It's just the same thing that the Bucs have had over the last couple of years. The same problems. The same problems, folks. I mean, bad O-line play, lack of running game, poor secondary. The only difference is the special teams is a little bit better. I don't know, folks. What do we do? And like the video. I see a lot of people in the chat room. Like the video. Oh, in other news, my random segment. Carlos Santos missed 3 kicks and had 1 block today. That's the guy that we cut and gave the job. And today he missed 3 kicks and had 1 block. Carlos Santos, folks. Random. Yikes. But I don't know, folks. We got Carolina next in London, and Carolina had a really good game. The Broncos beat the Chargers. Wow. Ooh. The Cardinals beat the Bengals. But anyway, poor Falcons. They got their ass whooped. But what do we think we should do in the Carolina game? Like, Christian McCaffrey had a hell of a game. I don't think Cam Newton is going to be playing this game. So to be Kyle Allen again, we should be able to shut down Christian McCaffrey because now there's no Cam Newton, but Kyle Allen can throw the ball. And you know how we are against rookie quarterbacks. Yeah, we gonna have some issues against Carolina. Okay. But Shaq Barrett was nowhere to be found because of the tackle play for the Saints. Matt Ryan threw another interception today, folks. And who's the offensive coordinator? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. We on the same page. I don't know, folks. Can we beat Carolina? Yes. And we can get back to 3-3, and then we got to bye. And then we 3-3 with a bye. Then we got the Titans, and I'll be at that game. I'll be at Nashville. Is anybody going to the Nashville game? I'll be there. I will be there. What else? Another random. I know this has nothing to do with the game, but I got a chance to see Devin White up and close and personal. He has a big knee brace on, so the injury is more serious than I thought. The MCL, LCL, PCL, whatever it was, that knee injury Devin White had is more serious than I thought. He's missed this is going to be his second game. He's missed 2 games already. He missed last week game and this week game, and he might miss the Panthers game. So yeah, Devin White, first round pick, top 5, and Devin Bush is out there balling. Why do we miss on these freaking picks, man? I'm just so sick of this. I'm not trying to bash Devin White, but it's just very frustrating to see other first round picks like Brian Burns, Devin Bush, Josh Allen doing the thing. Devin Bush is playing really good. And we got Devin White on the sideline. Why can't we just get a right pick? Devin White, Devin Bush. Devin Bush is playing really well. Devin White over Devin Bush. I hope that don't turn out to be another bad pick. Oh my gosh. I got my fingers crossed on Devin White. If we missed on Devin White, oh my gosh. Another random for you Marcus Mariota guys out there. I know some of you still out there. Ed Oliver's playing pretty good too. Marcus Mariota, 13 for 22, $183, no touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 5 times. That's Marcus Mariota, folks. Yeah. So anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section about this game. Whose fault was it? What we could have done better? What we should what can we do to fix this problem that we have? The secondary. Anyway. So you live in Nashville, Corey? Oh. All right, well, I'll be there Saturday. The game is on the 27th, and I'll be there on the 26th. So, Corey, just hit me on the email, firethecannons813@gmail.com, and we can link up. Make something happen. I'll be there Saturday afternoon, and I'll be there till Sunday or Monday. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave after the game, or I'll leave Monday morning. One of those two. Anyway, the London game. Somebody said the London game is a must-win. Yeah, I can agree with that. We gotta win the game. We gotta beat Carolina. We gotta go 3-3 into the bye. 3-3 into the bye. 3-3 to the bye will be perfectly fine. I'll be okay with that. 3-3. What's wrong? 3-3 to the bye. I gotta go tend to my daughter because she's wanting some attention. Anyway. This is your boy Isaiah coming to you again from BucosLocker. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. I'm all done. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share all the videos. I know. I saw you. You look like you boo-booed. Anyway, my daughter just boo-booed, so I gotta go change her up. She gave me that boo-boo look. I know. But anyway, BucosLocker. Signing out. I know. To all my pirates and my sea-bends. To all my swashbucklers. Everybody in the Bucks family across social media. Facebook groups, Twitter, YouTube. Keep supporting the team. I know it was a rough game to watch, but there was some positive though, I guess. So with that being said, I want y'all to fire those cannons. I'll go over there, baby. She's showing me the diaper. I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. I'll say something. Say no risk, no biscuit. No risk, no biscuit. And there you have it, folks. No risk, no biscuit. BucosLocker out. Deuces.